What is up, guys? It's your boy Rick. Have you ever heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? Cacus here, and today we have a brand new Xur Location and Inventory review for the weekend of October 1st to the 4th. And so, let's get started. But really quick, I know a lot of you guys love Advanced GG, your favorite creators like Mr. Fruit, myself, MTash, Sir Demetrius, Frostbolt, all have incredible flavors, but right now until tomorrow night, code KHD30 is 30% off all those flavors. Definitely now is the time to stock up, link in the description. Alright, now on to Xur. Alright, so Xur is in Nessus, specifically in the Watcher's Grave. Now let's take a look at what he's selling. In terms of exotics, we have the Hard Light for the weapon. Used to be pretty meta, it's kind of just okay now. We've got the Shards of Galanor for the Hunter. Certainly not a terrible roll and a good spike in Intellect, but these are not super meta. Crest of Alpha Lupi has some utility, but not the best roll I've ever seen, and also kind of medium in the meta. And then we have the Sunbracers. Now, of all the rolls, this is also a pretty decent stat roll, but again, none of these exotics are really quite meta. Obviously, if you can afford them, pick them up, but they're nothing super special. Now, in terms of the weapons, we start out here with the Dire Promise. Not a terrible roll here with autoloading and especially Swashbuckler, but I've definitely seen better. Moving on from there, we have the Yayan Iran 7. Okay, so full auto plus Outlaw. Generally on an adaptive frame, you want a damage increasing perk, so I'm going to say maybe skip that. Then we've got the Last Perdition, alright? Well, exactly what I said. This is an adaptive. You do have a damage increasing perk with Kill Clip. Under Pressure, I'm not too sure about. This is a good roll, but not fantastic. Moving on from there, interesting. We have a 7th Seraph CQC, lightweight frame shotgun. Like, this is pretty darn good actually for PvP, the shotgun in general, and Snapshot's good, Barrel Shroud's not bad. But handling masterwork, light mag, and extended mag. I mean, light mag's not terrible. Autoloading is really not quite what you want. Guys, if you don't have a better lightweight frame energy shotgun, I would consider picking this up for PvP, but it's pretty easy to do better than this. Moving on from there, we have the Hollow Words with Lead from Gold and Disruption Break. Certainly, fusion rifles are pretty meta, but I'm not too sure about this one. Then we've got the Behringer's Memory, and with Shield Disorient Quickdraw, not a fan, I'm skipping this too. And lastly, we have the Keening Sidearm. And okay, here we've got not the best roll either. Really, the legendary weapons are kind of a disappointment this time. But let's check the armor pieces. Firstly, wow. Already my mood's turning around because this pair of gauntlets for the Titan, massive resilience spike here, and not too bad intellect, not too bad strength. This is a great pickup for the Titan if you're trying to get 100 resilience, if you're trying to use your Titan rally barricade all the time. This is a great thing to have. Moving on to the chest. Okay, another very spiky one, and great for discipline. Like 27 discipline is insane, but unfortunately that mobility is just a little too high for me. This is a maybe, but not too fantastic. For the helmet, 64 is certainly good, but we got weird spikes all over the place. I mean, intellect strength, honestly, it's not the worst, but it's not the best either. And for the legs, if it had not as much mobility and higher resilience, I'd say maybe as a good overall roll, but certainly I think the highlight is these arms right here. Really spiky in resilience if you want that stat. Alright, now let's move on to the Warlock. Alright, so here on the Warlock, we've got the arms, not spiky, 62 is not the best. We've got the chest piece, okay. Really good intellect. That's a great intellect spike. We've also got a good recovery spike and resilience spike. And remember, on the Warlock, because Bungie made the change where your Well of Radiance, now it's going to get destroyed if you don't have enough resilience. This is now a really good pickup if you're running Well of Radiance. So absolutely consider this chest piece. Then we've got the helmet here. You know, pretty good recovery spike, decent discipline, intellect, resilience. Like, this is actually a pretty darn good pickup as well, especially that recovery at 18. That means if you masterwork it, it's 20, which is 2 tiers on the dot. I would highly consider this as well. And then for the boots, I'm not a huge fan of this. Too much mobility, and a spike in intellect's not bad, but 14 is kind of a weird spot. I'd skip these, but definitely the chest piece and the helmet, huge considers for me. Definitely think about picking that up if you're on a Warlock. All right, now let's switch to Hunter. Okay, so on the Hunter, we've got the gauntlets here, and they're not terrible. You got 9 mobility, recovery, discipline, intellect, and 18 recovery and intellect for those 2 tiers. I would highly consider these gauntlets. These are great gauntlets, honestly. Then we've got the chest here, a lot of strength, which is not bad. Certainly you want strength for certain builds. However, it's a little too much resilience and a little too little of other stats in my opinion. Then we've got the helmet here, 59 right off the bat I'm going to say is too low. However, it is a good discipline spike, but I wouldn't consider these. And same with boots. I mean, mobility spike is certainly not terrible, but 59, I think you can do better. So guys, honestly, overall for Xur this weekend, we have some pretty middle of the road exotics, we have some pretty middle of the road legendaries, but the armor really stands out. There are some fantastic spiky rolls for every single class. Titan had some great armor choices, Warlock had some great armor choices, and then here these gauntlets for the Hunter as well. That is a great choice as well, so definitely consider picking up these armor pieces because they are cracked this weekend. Guys, that is it for the video. I hope you enjoyed and found this informative. Now, if you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickCacus. That is linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.